People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, got one of its biggest black eye, its biggest embarrassment in the history of the JCF. Now this is based on an incident that occurred in a place called Clarendon, where a gang operating out of that parish, 8 members of 27 members are said to be members, ex-members of the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force. There are 27 gang members in that gang. So people, if you do the maths, more than a quarter of the members are members of the JCF. What is even more embarrassing is that the leader of the gang, Ronko-Gang, his name is Tafari Silvera. He is also, or was, a popo. He was arrested. Now people, based on an operation that was conducted by the JCF based on intelligence, they arrested 4 more members of that gang. 3 other members were arrested before, including the gang leader. One of them take themselves, run gone overseas as soon as the arrest of Tafari, the gang leader. So people, here are the names of the other 4 that were arrested less than 24 hours ago. Roger Morrison, Danielo Barnes, Tenille Francis, Marlon Nesbitt. Now people, not only was this gang operating from out of Clarendon, they had bases in Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Mary, St. Elizabeth. Basically, they were nationwide. The crimes that they were accused of, you can name it from A to Z. Conspiracy to take away, shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm, robbery. Anything they were involved, anything that involves crime, robberies, appliances, bikes, cars, they were involved. So people, 8 people already from the Popo force, 7 in custody, 1 take for himself. There might be more involved. So I'm going to let you take a listen to the Deputy Commissioner of Popo, Fitzbailey, what he has to say about the whole incident, and then I'll give my piece.
The police say at least 8 of their members are involved in a criminal organization known as the Ronko-Gang. It's said to be based in Clarendon. Head of Crime in the Constabulary, Deputy Commissioner Fitzbailey, confirmed the reports today.
This investigation started when a series of robberies were reported which caused us to suspect police involvement. As a consequence, the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, along with the Criminal Investigation Branch and other formations within the Jamaica Constabulary Force, conducted a joint investigation into alleged breaches of the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organization Act, commonly called the anti-crime legislation. The investigation covered the period between 2019 and 2021 against members of the Ronko-Gang, which included police and civilians operating out of Clarendon.
Deputy Commissioner Bailey says last year the police uncovered a plot to murder one of the gang members who was providing information to investigators.
In June 2021, the police, acting on information, commenced investigation into a plot to kill David Henry, O.C. Kochi, a member of the gang accused of being an informer to the police. The plot was uncovered, which led to the fatal shooting by the police of Kevron Saman, otherwise called Siva, who was second in command of this gang. 2 firearms were recovered from that incident. Constable Tafara Silvera, attached to the St. Andrew South Division, who is identified as the leader of the gang, along with Mark Burnett and Christopher Robinson, were charged with conspiracy to murder.
DCP Bailey says the gangsters committed several crimes, including robberies, shooting, abduction, and larceny. He says the police have identified 27 of the gang's members.
Further inquiries into the operation of the gang revealed that between 2019 and 2021, the gang members committed several crimes across the parishes of Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, St. Catherine, St. Mary, Trelawney, Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. James. These crimes include shootings, burglary, robbery with aggravation, illegal possession of firearms, abduction, shop breaking and larceny, unlawful possession of property, conspiracy to murder, and malicious destruction of property. We have identified 27 members of the gang, which include at least 8 members of the security force.
He says following several operations, some of the members were arrested.
And we are also appealing to the following persons to turn themselves into the police by Monday, the 28th of March 2022. Adrian Thompson, OC Fry of a Savannah address in Maypen. Courtney Simmet, OC Blade of Maypen Clarendon. Maya Gay Bent of Corn Peace District. Constable Floyd Robert Allen, OC Mucky. Kwan, who works at one of the toll plaza. Person with information can call Crime Stop at 311-811 or the coordination desk at the National Strategic Anti-Gang Unit.
Now, people, you heard what the Deputy Commissioner of Popo in charge of crime had to say. He stated it very clearly. The leader of the gang, Tafari Silvera, conspiracy to take away. During an operation based on intelligence that they received, they foiled this attempt. During that operation, Mr. Silvera was arrested. Couple other gang members, including Popo, were arrested. Mr. Silvera was the mastermind behind the conspiracy to take away somebody that he claimed was informing. Now, people, isn't it kind of ironic that the Popo who we hear every day on social media, in the news, is always telling people, listen, if you have any pertinent information as it pertains to any sorts of crime, please to call Crime Stop 311, call your nearest Popo station, call the Popo, tell, talk, make them know everything what you know, so therefore we can solve all the crimes in Jamaica. However, this officer and his cumbulos, gang members including Popo, they are doing the polar opposite. Bad enough, we have criminal elements out there plaguing Jamaica. It is like a pandemic. However, how do you stop it when the members that are supposed to serve and protect, the members that took an oath that, listen, we are going to do our jobs diligently, we are going to be honest, we're going to solve crimes, we're going to protect the citizens of Jamaica, and then in turn, you're the ones that are doing worse than the average person. People, needless to say, the JCF, they are very embarrassed. And when the Commissioner of Popo, Major Anthony Anderson, was asked, what's your response to this? He said, listen, the JCF is a very big organization, maybe the biggest organization in the Caribbean. So therefore, the law of possibility and probabilities are that you're going to have the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifference. However, people, the difference with this organization versus other organizations in the Caribbean is that these persons are supposed to know better. And like them say, to whom much is given, much is expected. So therefore, we should not expect members of the JCF to be conducting themselves in a manner like this, where you have 8 out of 27, more than a quarter of the gang members are also members of the JCF. So this tells you that This crime problem, as it pertains to JCF members, it is not an isolated incident. It is widespread. Bad enough, you are involved. You are the leader. You are the notorious leader of a notorious gang in which you are orchestrating all sorts of tekwe. You are doing all sorts of shooting, all sorts of gun smuggling, all sorts of ammunition, all sorts of robbery, breaking a people's shop, people's store, all manner of evil from A to Z. This gang is involved. So people, at the end of the day, like I said, the Deputy Commissioner of Popo, he vowed, listen, if you are a Popo, if you are a preacher, if you are a politician, it does not matter. Once we have evidence to prosecute you, that is what we are going to do. Nobody can get any sorts of pass. Nobody can cross it. However, people, don't cross your fingers, because trust me, we are going to hear more incidents like this. This is not going to be an isolated incident. The problem just starts. Everything just starts to open up. People are now seeing what a lot of persons, including myself, have seen for a very long time. The corruption that is in the JCF, it is rampant. Big time problem. It is just coming to bump right now. People are just seeing the light. It is just getting spotlighted. And people, trust me, you cannot sweep this under the rug, because like me say, this is a big gang operating all over the nation, island-wide, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.